Hi guys, welcome to Ovulation lesson 4. So today we are going to be learning how to chart our body signs and how to select the sex of our babies on this chart. So all the things we'll be saying from day 1, 2 and 3, number 4 today, about everything about ovulation starts and ends on this chart. So this is our chart booklet. I'm going to give you a chart booklet so that you learn how to chart your body signs and then master it and continue doing until you teach your children and your grandchildren. But this is how your chart booklet will look like. So we are going to start immediately, and please, I need you to pay attention and you need to take your time. You don't need to learn it once. It's not something you learn only today. Remember, I told you that you're going to learn at least 3 months for you to master it, and you don't just master it like that if you're not going to concentrate on it. So this is how I'll send it to you and you learn how to chart. Remember, I told you are going to learn for at least 3 months for you to master it and be able to at least select the sex of your child. So it's not something you do in one day and then you think you are okay. You have to learn it. It's a continuous process that you get used to it. So we have our body signs here, and I'll be explaining them one after the other. So this is your menses sign, the red stroke down in red pen. You are going to be using a red pen and either blue or black for the whole of your charting process. So this is menses sign. It's a red stroke down, and then you have your early pap sign. That is the mucus that comes out before ovulation, that is either watery or thick like pap or camel. This is the sign for it, equal sign in red. This is the equal sign in red for early pap, the thick one or watery one before ovulation. And then this is the egg white fertile mucus sign, X. You have one X in red, the one that is stretchy and is drawing that like an uncooked egg. This is the sign for it. And then you have this sign for ovulation blood spotting. Ovulation blood spotting is for those who have hormonal imbalance, or for teenagers, breastfeeding mothers, or women who are going through menopause. So this is the sign. Sometimes when they are ovulating, they have spotting. So the stretchy mucus or the slippery mucus come out with brown discharge on it. And then you have the unusual slipperiness. The unusual slipperiness happens to women who are breastfeeding, and women who are going through menopause again, and then to teenagers, because their hormones are everywhere. Like I'm breastfeeding now, my prolactin is very high, and then when my fertile mucus is coming out, it doesn't end quick. That is what is called unusual slipperiness. You still mark X. And then you have the dry days. The dry days are the days after your ovulation, or after your ovulation, that you wake up and then nothing comes, no mucus comes out of your vagina. It's a black or blue stroke down. And then you have the late pap. The late pap is either the watery discharge or the discharge that is like pap akamo, the corn floor discharge that comes out after your ovulation. This is the sign for it. It is the late pap sign, equal sign in black or blue. And then this is the peak sign, the double X. The peak sign is the last day of your slippery discharge, or your possible stretchy or slippery discharge. The last day, the day that you are going to ovulate, is called a peak, and this is the sign for it. And then you have the sexual intercourse sign. It is a full stop sign. You are going to have a place where you mark your intercourse days, so that when you get pregnant, you look back and know that, okay, this is the day I got pregnant. And then you have the 0 days. The 0 days are the days 3 days after your ovulation that I told you that you are still fertile on these days. Okay, so we are going to start charting now. And then on this chart, you have your month, you have your date, your intercourse, you have your body signs. And then what is happening here is here. This is another column, just like this one. So when you want to start charting, you don't write, this is your month. You don't write, you write your month, which is July. I will come to that. I just want to explain something. And this is your date. You don't write your number 1 to 30th one time. Every night you come to chart, that's the day you will write your date. You write your date, 1st of July, this night, and chart, because you are charting every night. You don't chart in the morning, you don't chart in the afternoon, you don't chart in the evening. Your charting is the last thing you do before you go to bed. That's the last thing you do after praying. When you chart, you sleep. So when you want to chart, that's the time you will write the date. You don't write the date beforehand. So we are starting our charting now. So I'm starting with the month. I'm writing my month. You are going to chart with your blue pen or black pen, and then your red pen. The red is for fertile days. You are marking your fertile days in red, and then your menses is in red. So anything infertile is either blue or black. So we are starting with a blue pen to write our month. So we are in July of 2020. And then today's date, let's say 2nd, or let's say 1st of July. And then we are coming to our body signs. Your cycle started on the 1st of July, which was your menses. Your cycle day 1 was menses. Your cycle day 2 was still menses. Your cycle day 3 was still menses. I'm doing a stroke down with red. I told you that here already, that is your menses sign. Your stroke down in red. That's why I'm writing red here. Your cycle have started. We are on cycle day 3, and then your menses is happening on day 3. And then your cycle day 4, which is 4th of July, you are marking your menses by 10 p.m. that you are going to bed. Your menses still came out. And then let's take our menses to cycle day 5. On cycle day 5 is the end of your menses. This was the last day of your menses. So on your cycle day 6, you woke up and then nothing came out of your vagina. It was dry. But you know that the vagina is usually damp inside, just like your mouth. But there was no secretion, there was no mucus coming out of your vagina on this day, a day after your menses. So what you are going to do is, when you come to sleep in the night, by 10 p.m. that you are going to bed, because this lady that is chatting here sleeps by 10 p.m. So by 10, she's going to mark this dry sign, which is a 1 stroke down, either in blue or in black. But this lady has a blue pen, so she's going to mark blue here on her cycle day 6, which is 6th of July. So let's assume she had sexual intercourse on this day, because when you have a dry sign, when you have dry, when you are dry immediately after your menses, you are infertile on this day. So this lady is infertile on this day, a day after her menses. So she's going to have sexual intercourse with her husband. So she is going to mark her sexual intercourse sign with a dot, full stop sign, in either blue or black. So she woke up on the 7th of July, which is her cycle day 7, and this sperm that she had sex on the 6th of July came out on the 7th. So because something came out from her vagina before her ovulation day, her ovulation has not happened. So because of something came out, it is her early pap. Because it can be early pap and the sperm coming out together. She doesn't know that. So she had sex. Something came out. So it could be early pap, it could be sperm. As far as she's concerned, today is her early pap day. 2 stroke, 2 equal sign in red. Here, I told you already. So it's either it came out watery like pig milk, or it came out thick like pap, akamu, or corn flour. Here. So on cycle day 8, which is 8th of July, her early pap still came out. 2 equal sign in red. Again, on cycle day 9, which is 9th of July, early pap, the last day of early pap, 2 equal sign in red. Then on cycle day 10, she started seeing her egg white fertile mucus, the one that is stretchy or slippery, that is like uncooked egg, started coming out. So she marked her X. So this lady is trying to conceive. She doesn't mind the sex of the child. It could be any child. It could be a boy, it could be a girl. Her major concern is she wants to be pregnant. So she now has sex on this day, being cycle day 10. 10th of July is her cycle day 10. So she had sexual intercourse with her husband on this day. So she marked it. And then she woke up the next day being cycle day 11, which is 11th of July. And then she had another egg white fertile mucus. And then her egg white fertile mucus came out. But because she's supposed to have sex one day on, one day off, she's not going to have sex on this day, even though her egg white fertile mucus came out. So on cycle day 12, which is 12th of July, her egg white fertile mucus came out again, and she had sexual intercourse again. And then this lady woke up on the 13th of July, which is cycle day 13. And then what came out today is either watery or thick, like pap, akamo. So she did not see stretchy mucus throughout day 13. So once she comes to sleep in the evening, by 10 p.m., she is going to mark this dry sign here and then put it in a red cycle. This cycle, it is the 0 days. It is her first 0 day. She is still fertile, but there is infertile sign here because there is no slippery discharge or stretchy discharge. So this thing that is any discharge that comes out after ovulation is infertile. If it is not slippery or stretchy, it's an infertile sign. So, but this day is still a fertile day because her egg is still alive. That is why there is a fertile. I told you all the fertile signs are marked in red with menses. So because this day is still a fertile sign, but it's a day after ovulation, nothing came out. So she wrote dry. This is a dry sign. Even if something came out, it would have been late pap. And even if there was a discharge that was thick or watery coming out on this day, it would have been late pap inside a cycle that is a fertile sign. The cycle is a fertile sign because her egg is still alive, but the discharge is not stretchy and is not slippery. Anything coming out of your vagina after slippery discharge, after ovulation, is an infertile sign. So today she woke up and when she marked her first 0 day, she discovered, oh, I didn't see stretchy discharge today, which means yesterday, being 12th of July, was my ovulation day. I ovulated yesterday. Where is my pen again? So this is her peak. She ovulated yesterday. So that is why you have two signs here. The second X for peak comes on the intercourse sign. It comes on the intercourse column. So this lady that is trying to conceive, she doesn't mind the sex of her child if she is most fertile on her ovulation day. On this day, her egg is 99% going to drop on this day. So she needs to have sex to increase her chances to at least 80%. So she wake up on her first 0 day and then she did not have sex because she's supposed to give gap for at least 1 day. So on cycle day 14, which is 14th of July, is her second 0 day. So let's assume her late pap came out. A watery discharge like milk, a liquid milk, or a thick discharge like akamo, pap, corn flour, came out on this day. It is an infertile sign, but on a fertile day, because it is her second 0 day, her sperm is still alive. Her egg is still alive. I'm sorry. Her egg is still alive, not the sperm. It's still alive. So she wake up on cycle day 15, which is 15th of July, and then let's assume her late pap came out again, and she marked her third 0 day sign, and she had sexual intercourse again with her husband. So this lady that is trying to conceive has reached where If she doesn't want to have intercourse because of continuous intercourse, she's tired, she can rest here. Because on cycle day 16, being the 4th day after ovulation, it is an infertile day. So any discharge that is coming out on this day that is not slippery or stretchy is infertile. So that lady who does not want to conceive, this is her chance of start having sex. So we are coming back to the lady who doesn't want to conceive, but she wants to meet her husband without having protection. So the lady B who does not want to conceive, she's avoiding pregnancy because she has already have children, or maybe her child is still very young. Her period finished on cycle day 5, which is 5th of July. She is not going to have sex again on any of these days that are in red. Whether she was dry anywhere on the road, she's not going to have sex. If you are going to have sex on these days, you will use condom, protection. And even if you use condom or protection, you will mark that sexual intercourse and write CD. Because CD bursts. When it bursts and your husband says it's not his child, you will remember that we had sex on this day and I wrote CD here. You will mark your sexual intercourse sign even when you have sex in these days, in your fertile days. In short, from the cycle day 6, which is the day after your menses, you are not meant to have sex without protection if you are trying to avoid pregnancy. If you must have sex, you have to use protection, condom. And even when you have that sex with condom, you mark that sexual intercourse sign, and on top of it, CD will be there. So that if there is any pregnancy, you will come to this chart and tell your husband, we had sex on this day. So that even when he wants to go for DNA and they say it's his child, he will believe the DNA man, because there was sex on this day with CD. So she will not have sex until when she gets to cycle day 16 on this chart. I'm just saying, not on your own cycle day 16. And because of this chart, we are following this chart. So she will not have sex until when she gets to the 4th day after ovulation. That is a day after the 0 day, the 3rd 0 day. A day after the 3rd 0 day, the 4th day after ovulation, if she did not see a slippery or stretchy discharge, what came out was either watery or thick, or nothing came out, she will have sex from cycle day 16 all the way to her next menses. She's not going to get pregnant at all. All the way to your next menses, you will not get pregnant at all, except you saw another discharge that was slippery. But that does not happen. It's not a common thing that happens to people. It's only happened to people who are going through menopause, people who are breastfeeding, or teenagers. So let's take it to cycle day 17. Let's assume nothing came out on cycle day 17. The dry sign is here. The vagina was empty. The pants was clean. That is why we have a dry sign there. And then cycle day 18, nothing came out again. A dry sign is still here. The vagina was here. Then on cycle day 19, she was still dry. And then cycle day 20, she saw her early pap, which is either watery or thick. Oh, sorry. On cycle day 20, she saw her late pap. Please, sorry. She saw her late pap. Late pap, which is either watery or thick, like akamu. This is cycle day 20. And then cycle day 21, she still saw her late pap, which is liquid or thick like pap. And then cycle day 22, she still saw her late pap. And then on cycle day 23, her period started. Cycle day 23, her period started. My red pen, red stroke down, is the menses sign. So her menses started on cycle day 23. This is for a lady who has a 23-day cycle. Yours might be 28, 25, 27, 30. Like mine is on cycle day 32 that I would have seen my period. For you, it might even be 35. But for this lady that we are chatting here, her cycle is 23 days long. So this cycle that started on the 1st of July has ended on the 23rd of July. So this is her menstrual cycle length. Her cycle length is 23 days. The cycle which started on her cycle which started on the 1st of July has ended on the 23rd of July, and the new cycle have started again on the 23rd of July. That's why I say a cycle is the beginning and the end of the period. So this is what is happening here now. So because this 23rd of July is the beginning of a new cycle, she's taking this 23rd of July to bring it back to here. So we are going to have July on the second column, and then the date is going to be 23rd. And then her body sign is the menses. Why she's doing this is, this cycle that started on the 1st of July has ended on the 23rd of July. So this 23rd of July is the end of this cycle that started here, and is the beginning of a new cycle. So the 23rd that is here is showing that this cycle ended on the 23rd. The 23rd that is here is showing that this cycle, another cycle started on the 23rd. So that is how you will continue again in that order. So I think we are clear for this one. So we are going to start with those who want to select the sex of their children now. This was for those who just want to get pregnant. They don't mind the sex of their children, and for those who don't want to get pregnant. So good luck with this one. I hope you get your results. So we'll continue with the next one. Okay, so we are back to the second part of our chatting. So for this chart, we are going to be selecting the sex of the baby girl on this column, and then the sex of the baby boy on the last column. So there's nothing so different. We are still using the body signs that we talked about here and everything that happened on the first chart. The only difference is the first time the lady that had that chart, she didn't mind the sex of her child, so we didn't mention anything. But this particular ladies, these two ladies here, this particular lady has a baby boy, she wants a girl. And this particular lady has a baby girl, she wants a boy. So now we are going to help her help the first lady get a baby girl, and we'll help the last lady to get a baby boy. So what we are going to do now is, we are going back to our charting month of July 2020, and the date is still 1st of July, and her body sign on this day, she saw her period, which is the menses sign. And then 2nd of July, her period continued, and she still marked a red stroke down. Her period continued 3rd of July, which was her cycle day 3, and she marked her menses sign. Again, remember I told you that you are marking in the night when you are about to sleep after praying. So on cycle day 4, which is 4th of July, her period continued, and she still marked her menses sign, which is a red stroke down. On cycle day 5, her period finished, and then this was the last day of blood. So for this lady who wants to select a baby girl, she woke up a day after her period, and let's say there was nothing coming out of her vagina. She was dry, so she was going to mark dry on cycle day 6. A day after her menses, she's trying to select the sex of her baby girl. And then a day after her menses, which is July 6th, her cycle day 6th, nothing came out of her vagina. And then she marked the dry sign, either in blue or in black. And then on cycle day 7, which is 7th of July, her early pap started. Either, this is her early pap sign, either watery mucus, like the dissolved milk in water, or thick, like pap, akamu, corn flour. and then she is going to mark her early pap sign, equal sign, in red on her cycle day 7. And then her early pap continued on her cycle day 8, which is 8th of July, and then she marked her early pap sign. And then on her cycle day 9, being the 9th of July, her egg white fertile mucus started coming out, which is stretchy or slippery like an uncooked egg. And then on this day, she's going to mark her eggs. So on this day, she had sexual intercourse with her husband because she's trying to select the sex of her baby girl. So she marked her intercourse sign here. And then on her cycle day 10, which is 10th of July, her egg white fertile mucus still came out, a stretchy and slippery one. And then she marked her egg white fertile mucus sign. And on this day, she's not going to have sex again, so that the sperm that she had sex on the 9th of July will come out. So she is not going to have sexual intercourse with her husband on this day, even though she's trying to conceive. So on her cycle day 11, her egg white fertile mucus still came out, and she had sexual intercourse with her husband. And then on cycle day 12, on cycle day 12, she still saw her egg white fertile mucus. And then on this day 12, she did not have sexual intercourse with her husband, because the sexual intercourse that she had on cycle day 11 will come out on cycle day 12, because she's trying to select the sex of her child. She's trying to avoid getting to the boy day. So she's going to see what came out on this day, so that she doesn't make a mistake. So on cycle day 12, there's no sexual intercourse. So this lady woke up on cycle day 13, and then in the evening, she noticed that there was nothing came out of her vagina throughout cycle day 13. No slippery discharge, no stretchy discharge, no watery discharge, no thick discharge. So by 10 p.m., she's about to go to bed, and she said, okay, nothing came out of my vagina today, so today is a dry day. So I'm going to write dry, and then she cycled it, because she noticed that yesterday was the last day of her egg white fertile mucus, and today nothing came out. So today is her first 0 day, and then yesterday was her peak. And because she's trying to conceive a baby girl, she's not supposed to have sex on her peak. On the day that she's supposed to ovulate, this is the peak sign. We bring it back here. The second line for the peak is on the intercourse column. So she's not having sex. She's not supposed to have sex on her peak, her possible ovulation, on her day of ovulation, because on this day it's a 50-50 chance for both a baby boy and a girl. So because she's trying to get a baby girl, she's not supposed to have sex on this day, because she might have a baby boy. It is he who get power pass. So you know that I told you that when the man ejaculates, he ejaculates both the boy and the girl's sperm. And the sperm that stay alive in the vagina to eat this egg white fertile mucus is the girl's sperm. So as soon as your husband releases the sperm, the boy's sperm die, because they are only alive when the egg is present. When the egg is not present, the boys will die. Only the girls will continue. And the girls are the only sperm cells that eat the egg white fertile mucus to wait for the day of the ovulation, the day the egg will drop. So this girl has been eating this egg white fertile mucus, this girl's sperm, and coming. So if you get to this ovulation day and you have sex and you don't want a girl, this girl that was coming will come and catch it. And then you will get pregnant with a baby boy while you were not trying to conceive a baby boy. And then if this girl has been coming and then you want a baby girl, and then you had sex on this day, the boys are alive only when the egg is present. So the girl is sluggish, her lifespan is long, but she's not fast. The boy, he's very fast, but his lifespan is short, and he's only alive when the egg is present. So if you have sex on this day, and the boy will just go straight and catch the egg while the girl is still sluggish here. So this day is a no-no for whoever is trying to select the sex. You are not supposed to have sex on the day of your ovulation, on your peak. That is why you have sex one day on, one day off, to observe. So this lady that is trying to select the sex of her baby, her sexual intercourse has ended here, but we are going to continue chatting. So this lady, her last day of sexual intercourse was on the cycle day 11, a day before her ovulation, because she wants a baby girl. So on her cycle day 14, it was still, she saw her late pap, which is either watery discharge or thick discharge that comes out like pap. It is not stretchy, it is not slippery. And because this discharge is watery or thick and is coming out days after ovulation, it is an infertile sign. But because the egg is still present, it is going to be inside the 0, which is a fertile sign. I told you that the fertile signs are marked in red with the menses. So that is why an infertile sign is being marked inside 0. Inside red 0, sorry. So today she had her late pap, which is equal sign, in blue or black. Today is her second 0 day, so she's fertile. So she's still fertile, so she's going to cycle it in red. On her cycle day 15, she still saw her late pap, and then she marked her late pap sign equal to sign in blue or black. She will still mark red. And then on her cycle day 16, this is her cycle day 16, she was dry. Let's say today she was dry on her cycle day 16. Nothing came out from her vagina. It was clear. So she will bring her infertile sign, which is dry sign, her infertile dry sign here, and mark here. So this lady who is trying to conceive a baby girl can start having sex again without protection. This is the 4th day after her ovulation. It is her safe days. She will not get pregnant again. If she's going to get pregnant, she will conceive only a baby girl, because the boys did not see eggs, so when they came out, they died. Only the girls were alive, and they were eating this fertile mucus. So I hope you understand. Please, you need to go through this video plenty times before, and you are supposed to chat for at least 3 months before you can start selecting the sex of your child. So we are going to the lady who wants a baby boy. So we are bringing all these body signs down so that I don't explain plenty. So we bring all these body signs down, and then we'll continue from the lady who wants to conceive a baby boy. So what I'm going to do now is just bring these body signs down. So let's just have our July here, 2020, for baby boy, and then our date, July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. So we are just bringing these signs down so that we don't go over it so much again. And then we have the body signs. She has her menses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then she has her dry sign, which is her infertile day, a day after, which is her infertile day, a day after her menses. So for this lady who wants to conceive a baby boy, as soon as her period finishes, she's going to avoid sexual intercourse. There's nothing like you are having sex and then your husband is doing the withdrawal method. It doesn't work like that. no sexual intercourse at all. There's nothing like sexual intercourse. If it is possible to even avoid condom, it will be nice. So for this lady, her early pap continued for 2 days. So her early pap continued for 2 days. She's not going to have sexual intercourse. She wants a baby boy. So these baby girl's days are not the days that she will tamper with. No sex. So she's just going to mark her body signs. She saw her egg white fertile mucus day 1, egg white fertile mucus day 2, egg white fertile mucus day 3, egg white fertile mucus day 4. And then she woke up the next day, and then she noticed that there was no egg white fertile mucus coming out, either stretchy or slippery. So in the evening of that day, she noticed that nothing came out of her pants throughout. And then she decided, oh, throughout today, nothing came out, so I'm about to sleep. This is 10. So today is my first 0 day. It means yesterday I ovulated. Yesterday was my peak. Oh, so where is her husband? Today the egg is still alive, but there is no food, no egg white fertile mucus for the girl. The girls eat the egg white fertile mucus. When the egg white fertile mucus is not present on this day, on a day after ovulation, the girl will come out and she will die. The only sperm cell that is going to be alive on the first 0 day is only the boy's sperm. So only boys can be conceived on the first and second 0 day. So because she wants a baby boy, a day after her ovulation, she woke up on cycle day 13. Throughout walking about, there was no fertile mucus coming out, not slippery or stretchy. If anything came out, it was either watery or thick like pap, or nothing came out at all. So on this night of the first 0 day, she is going to have sexual intercourse with her husband because she wants a baby boy. And then she wakes up tomorrow, being cycle day 15, being cycle day 14. She is going to have another sexual intercourse with her husband in the morning. Because she had sexual intercourse, she is going to mark her late pap sign because the sperm will have to come out. She's going to have sex in the morning on this day of her second 0 day, because on these 2 days only the boy's sperm is going to be alive. And then if she still have the strength, on the third 0 day she can still have sex. If she doesn't, there is no need to have sex. But if the Lord wants her to conceive, here 100% the boy must come. So she's going to have another discharge here. This discharge is an infertile sign discharge because it's coming out days after her ovulation. But because she's going to still be fertile, they are going to put them inside the red 0. You remember red is a sign for fertile. So she wakes up on cycle day 16 and then nothing came out. Even if something still came out, but it's not stretchy or slippery, it's just watery or thick, it is an infertile sign. So she can continue having sex if she wants till her next period. She did not have sex on her ovulation day because it can be a girl, it can be a boy. It is he who get power pass. On this day of ovulation is the last day that she saw her slippery discharge or stretchy discharge. So her husband is going to release both boy and girl sperm. And because on this day the discharge is still around, the girl too will come out, the boy too will come out. It can be anybody that goes to the egg first. So because of that, she's not going to have sexual intercourse on this ovulation day. That's why she waited to have sex on the first 0 day, because on the first 0 day there's no fertile mucus for the girl to eat, so she's going to die. The boy, as soon as he comes out, he doesn't care about the food, he's diving straight to the egg. So she's going to have sex on the night of the first 0 day and then on the morning of the second 0 day. Then when you have mastered the chart, like 6 months, you already know when you are going to ovulate. Like I stand here, I know the day I'm going to ovulate because I've done it over the years. If it's like that, you can have sex on the night of your ovulation and then on the morning of your first 0 day and then the night of your second 0 day. So I hope this is clear. You need to go through it severally for you to be able to understand the chart very well. I wish you good luck and favor. Thank you, and this will be the end of the class. Bye.